Hello everybody, this is Ananya and welcome back to the second lecture in the Loops in Python series. Today we'll be studying about while loops in Python. So let's see what we have in store. So today we'll be studying while loops. Last lecture we finished with for loops, okay? So what do you think is the difference between a for loop and a while loop? Well, the while loop is used for looping until a condition is satisfied, similar to the for loop, but when it is unsure about how many times the code should be inside the loop. You are not sure, so the incrementation of the iteration is done later on inside the code and not in the beginning. So in the for loop, you are very sure that you know how many times the code needs to be inside the loop. So this is basically the difference. As and when you go on coding, you all will understand the exact difference between it, because unless and until you all do it practically, you all will always have a little bit of confusion. Now coming to the syntax of while loop, this is very similar to the for loop. You just have the while word and some condition, and the code inside it goes on running until this condition becomes false. Also, you will have to keep incrementing the value of the condition, incrementing or decrementing, however your logic is supposed to be. Let's take a simple example. We have count is equal to 0, and while count is less than equal to 5, I wanted to go on printing the numbers. So it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I am incrementing count inside the while loop. Very simple. Let's just go start with the examples directly. We'll take a simple one first. We want the sum of numbers between a given range. We had studied about range function in the last lecture, so I really hope you all remember that. In case you don't know about it, you all can go and visit it. The links will be given below. Now sum of numbers for example, we want the sum of numbers between 7 to 10. So it should give us 34, as 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 gives us 34. So let's try this out. Let's create a new file. Let's name it while loop 1.py. Okay, let us take an starting and ending inputs from the user. So start is equal to int input of enter the first number, and similarly we'll take enter the last number. Now what we want to do is we'll take it in the while loop. So while I is less than last plus 1. Now why plus 1? Because we want to include the last number in the addition also. We don't want to exclude it, right? And we'll also take a variable sum and initialize it to 0. So while I is less than last plus 1, we'll say let's initialize I to 0 also. Sum of, it's not necessary though, but we'll just do it. Sum of both of this is equal to 0. Now we'll say sum is equal to sum plus I. Okay, so while I is less than last plus 1, so that I should be given the value start, right? Because we want to start from that exact value and not 0. I is equal to start. So if it's 7, it will start from 7 and go on till 10. So 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, and sum keeps on storing the values accordingly. That is the addition. Also, sum is actually an inbuilt symbol, so let's just change that to result. Okay, we have result. And we have I is less than last plus 1. We are storing it in result, and we shall also increment it. Plus is equal to 1. Okay, now let's see what it gives us. First number will be 7, next will be 10. See, you have the answer as 34. Okay, pretty simple. Y'all can try it out with various other numbers. Now let's move ahead. Okay, now our next example will be the Fibonacci series between 0 to 100. If I wanted to print all the numbers that satisfies the Fibonacci series, that is between 0 to 100. So what we should do here is, I hope you all know what is the Fibonacci series. In case you all don't, it is basically the addition of the previous two numbers. Okay, you have, it starts from 1 or 0 also, no, it doesn't make a difference. So 0 plus 1 will give you all 1. Next 1 plus 1 will give you all 2, 2 plus 1 will give you all 3, 2 plus 3 5, and so on. So this is basically the Fibonacci series. We'll be doing this using the while loop. It's a very simple code, very short also. In case you all want to try it out before looking at the code here, that'll be very good. It'll really help you all understand the concept properly. So if you all want, just pause this video and try it out by yourself. Okay, so let's name this while loop 2. We have already solved an example. So what we do here is, since the Fibonacci series starts from 0, we'll take two variables x and y. Now in my first lecture, I had mentioned that Python, the Python is very user friendly, you know, its syntax and everything is very user friendly. Now you all can check this example here. We can very easily say x comma y is equal to 0 comma 1, and automatically x is given the value 0 and y is given the value 1. We do not have to sit and give the value x is equal to 0, then in the new line we again give y is equal to 1. We don't have to do that. It becomes really short and nice. So now x is 0, y is 1. Now what we want to do is, while y is less than 50, okay, while y is less than okay, not 50, let's take 100 because we want it till 100. We'll say print y, that is, it will start from 1. Okay, now what we do is, x comma y is equal to y comma x plus y. Let's understand this first quickly. What is happening is, the variable x is given the value y because we want to keep changing its value constantly. X is given the value y, and the second value that we have, that is variable y, is given the addition of the two previous numbers, that is x and y. That's it. This is the code, and it will give you the Fibonacci series from 0 to 100, as simple as that. Let's run this now. there you go. Let me just you have this is your entire series. Now if you do not want it to print a new line every time, what you can simply do is give y comma end is equal to a space. Okay, so instead of printing on a new line every time, what it does is it gives this end, that is it should end with a space. Okay, the next line should start on the same line, but it should have a space in between. So your answer gets printed on the same line. See, it's readable now. You have your entire Fibonacci series ranging from 0 to 100. Okay, so these were the two examples that I have for y'all in the while loop. Y'all can also have a look at another example that I had previously done in my nested if statements. There also I am using while loops for basically doing banking operations. Y'all can have a look at that. So y'all will get a more distinct and very clear idea about while loops. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see y'all next time with nested loops. Bye bye for now. Practice and get yourself better in loop statements. Okay, bye bye.